Namaste, all the viewers and friends. Firstly, we would want to thank you for your continued response that you're providing us for the videos that we are making. We request you to suggest topics that you want us to talk about, and we promise to continue our efforts in making this video. The only motto that we're making these videos are to pass the right information to right people. So please share these videos amongst your loved ones, and even probably they'll be helped by watching these videos. They'll receive the information that they're looking for. So today we thought we will discuss about hypothyroidism, which is one of the most common disorders that women in large are facing today. Even a lot of men are also going through, but most of the times we hear women of every age group going through hypothyroidism. It could be pre-fertility, during their pregnancy, post-pregnancy, until menopause, beginning during the perimenopausal stage. So in every age group, women are going through hypothyroidism and are facing a lot of issues because of it. So how do you recognize that there is hypothyroidism? To make it easy and understandable, let's first understand the causes, why there is developed, what happens during hypothyroidism. That way we'll be able to understand the presentation better. So let's see this. There are varied causes, like be it thyroid surgery. It could be over responsiveness of treatment for a hyperthyroidism disease. It could be because of some radiation therapy. It is definitely because of iodine deficiency. It could be autoimmune condition. So there are a lot of causes that can result in hypothyroidism, but one of the most common cause is very bad lifestyle that most of us are leading. So to understand the role of lifestyle in hypothyroidism, let's take an analogy where, say you're working, you have a regular schedule, you have set of work that you do on a day-to-day basis. So you are a very effective person who's doing your work properly, on time and everything. But say one sudden day there's 10 people's work that is put on your shoulder. So what is going to happen? Is it that your efficiency is low, or is it that the load on you is high? So the extra load that is put on you will automatically put a lot of stress, will bring down your efficiency. Something similar is happening with our thyroid gland as well. The thyroid gland secretes hormones that are responsible for metabolism, heart rate, maintenance of body temperature, bone health, muscular health, for the reproductive functions in women. So there are varied functions that these hormones that is released from the thyroid gland does. So when there is so much load because of the lifestyle and because of irregular food habits, because of irregular sleeping habits that we have, the load on the thyroid gland increases. So what are the manifestations of it? The body temperature is not maintained properly, so there is cold sensitivity. There is reduced heart rate in hypothyroidism. There is increased weight. Weight gain is something that's very common in hypothyroidism because of the lifestyle basically. So the weight is gaining, the requirement of metabolism high, the load on the gland is high. Along with that, there's a lot of other symptoms like hair loss, pigmentation, hoarseness of the voice that is seen. There's also fatigue, lethargy. Some women and people also go into depression. There's infertility, which is one of the major hypothyroidism is a major cause for infertility in a lot of people. So the functions that the gland does, or the hormone does, is compromised. So we see manifestations of that throughout the body. Calcium metabolism, everything is it is affected by the extra load that we are putting on the gland. So gland is not supposed to be blamed for it. It is our lifestyle that needs to be corrected. So the hypothyroidism where the hormone level is below normal, and subclinical hypothyroidism where the hormones, that is T3, T4, is normal, but the stimulation, thyroid stimulating hormone is above the normal range. And autoimmune thyroiditis or Hashimoto's thyroiditis, where our own immune cells are targeting the thyroid gland and acts against the thyroid gland, and the thyroid gland is compromised or the functions are compromised. So these are the three variations of hypothyroidism that we commonly see. But for all of this, the major cause, like we discussed, is lifestyle. So when it comes to management of hypothyroidism, the first mandatory thing that we have to do is correct our lifestyle. Eat at the regular time, sleep properly, try and manage your stressors properly. Most of the ladies who were singing before have stopped now for various reasons. Start singing, you will see a lot of changes in your thyroid function. You will see that the values change when you get your tests done. With lifestyle correction, eating good amount of food, sun exposure, sleeping properly and all that, there are certain therapies that will help your lifestyle modification. So acupuncture therapy, yoga therapy are very, very effective in managing hypothyroidism. One of the cases that we recently had in our clinic, she was a 60-year-old lady with chronic hypothyroidism, been there for 20 long years now. She is on medications for her thyroid issue. She started with acupuncture therapy, and with 3 months of regular treatment, she was also compliant to the treatment. She was following everything that was advised to her, like she started physical activity, she took care of her food timings, sleep timings. Along with that, acupuncture, when it was added, integrated, we saw very beautiful results. From 6.31, I still remember the value, 6.31 of TSH came down to 2.57. That was the result that we were able to bring for her. So acupuncture, what basically acupuncture does is it brings down the inflammation, the low grade inflammation that is a result of our bad lifestyle. Along with that, it improves the metabolic function in the body. And also, basically, we have understood stress is a major factor, right, for hypothyroidism. So acupuncture is very effective in reducing the stress, or rather helping you calm down during your stressful time. So calming down the mind, regularizing the energy, balancing the energy system, bringing down the inflammation. Circulation improves with acupuncture. So when circulation improves, nourishment to the organ improves, support system improves, and organ starts functioning better. So acupuncture that way is very, very effective in managing, treating hypothyroidism. We can, I think, very confidently say that we'll be able to reverse hypothyroidism if provided that the client follows the proper lifestyle and is compliant to the treatment as well. Along with that, yoga therapy again works on similar lines, calming down the mind, relaxing the body, improving the metabolism, and also circulation. Along with that, any other physical activity that an individual want to do, because lack of physical activity and increase in weight is the major contributing factor. So cycling, swimming, anything that you do is also equally okay. So with lifestyle management and therapy, we can comfortably manage hypothyroidism. With that, I would want to end the session of hypothyroidism discussion today. Thank you.